Paul advises Timothy to treat the members of the church like family members. The church is not just an organization. You'll hear me say this often. It's an organization and it's an organism. It's not an organization with a CEO. It does have organization dynamics, but it is an organism. It is a living thing. And Paul, in order to safeguard from it becoming kind of what it is in America, he tells them, see the church as your family, because in all actuality it is, right? So in chapter 5, verse 1, it gives expression to this dimension. He says, do not rebuke an older man, but encourage him as you would a father. Younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, younger women as sisters, in all purity. We're to see each other as a family. This place right here where you come every Sunday is your spiritual family. I think of Jesus' words when he was kicking up dust and doing the miracles and creating a stir in his neighborhood, and his family came, his biological family came, knocking on the door saying, send Jesus out of that house, we want to talk to him, he's lost his mind. And Jesus, what does Jesus tell the guy? You guys remember, right? He says this in Matthew. It says, while he was still speaking to the people, his disciples and the people where he was at, he was teaching and speaking, he says, behold, his mother and his brothers stood outside asking to speak to him. But he replied to the man who told him. He said this to the guy at the doorkeeper. He said, who is my mother and who are my brothers? And stretching out his hand toward his disciples, he said, here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother. We are sitting next to our family in here. Doesn't matter what our walk is. Doesn't matter what our background is. We are one in Christ, and we are going to spend eternity with each other. And I was thinking about it, I was like, I won't go there. I was going to say, what if, we don't know what our roles are going to be in heaven, but like, what if, we spend some part of our lives here, and I'm preaching to you guys. And we get to heaven, and it's like, I got to sit and listen to you guys preach to me for all of eternity. I don't know what kind of weird thought, but, we're going to know each other forever. This is family business. And so Paul tells him, he says, see them, so don't just go in there cracking the whip like a CEO. Go in there realizing this is your family. And you're younger, Timothy. Don't let them look down at you. He says, I think in 2 Timothy, don't let them, maybe just later in 1 Timothy, he says, don't let them look down at you over your age, but at the same time, you treat older women and older men like they are your mothers and your fathers with respect, right? And then your sisters and your brothers in Christ as siblings, and it's going to guard you.